Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show today. We have some things to go over for today's news. I am sorry about last night. We was having some technical difficulties last night. Um, we have we're going to be giving 48 hours news tonight. Also, we are going to be oh, 1 second. Let me. But anyway, let me get straight to it. We have Trump saying that Iran wants to make a deal. Um, we got Pete under fire at the Senate hearing. And Pete actually came back with some ammo and shut the chairman's up. Um, we also have video footage of that. We have video footage of Trump wanting to talking about.
I'm Peggy, a captain, and my ship crashed at sea. There's no direction.
Over this briefly.
Iran is dying to make a deal. I can only tell you that. I don't want to get into the, but they cannot be nuclear. Other than that, but they are. Their navy's gone. Their air force is gone. Every ounce of any form of equipment practically is gone, and they want to make a deal.
So President Trump is pushing hard on Iran to make a deal, and he's keeping one red line very clear, that it cannot have a nuclear weapon. Full stop. Meantime, the U.S. blockade continues to crush Iran's economy. The regime is running.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, period. No matter what. Like this is a regime that has chanted death to America and death to Israel and death to the world for 50 years. But then Congress says they're not a threat. I mean, I take that as a threat. And they showed before the ceasefire that they was building weapons to reach longer than what they said that they had capabilities of. No, this is all true. This is just facts. This was seen firsthand um when they launched missiles at Diego Garcia. Um, I mean, they didn't accomplish anything, but we did see that they do have capability to launch missiles that far. I think it was 2,000 miles. It's 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 crucial that Iran don't get a nuclear weapon. Um, or you will see somebody walking into the DC mall and leveling our national our capital. I'm sorry, or going to California and leveling a whole city block with a tiny dirty bomb on a backpack. Like that's how easy it is, and with the way that the administration was running the country, last administration that was running the country, should I say, was just letting everybody in. Everybody. Terrorists, murderers, rapists, everything. Now, people that's been here and went through due processing and got their legal rights to be in the United States, awesome. I'm more power for you. But the people that's not here legally, should give the opportunity to become legal, and that way that you don't have all these discrepancy, and like as long as they don't have criminal records and stuff like that, give them an opportunity to actually get citizenship. Not here, of course. They'll have to go back to their own country. They'll have to get deported, but give them the fundamentals and the opportunity to actually get back into the country and actually be a law-abiding citizen and actually pay taxes and actually live by the judicial system. Justice system. Ugh, I can't pronounce that word right now for some reason. Might be because I got a dip in. I apologize. But anyway, it, it's crucial. Like I said, it's crucial that Iran does not get a nuclear weapon. Facts. There's no false information there at all. It's facts that they should not have a nuclear weapon or be capable to build one. Facts. Now we're going to go back and see
I
about
lost
President Trump speaking
$50,000 because I
for the first time since the shooting has happened.
philanthropist who has directed hundreds of millions of dollars. So when we see these guys with these shiny tents, brand new placards that look like they were made in a factory, they were all paid for. None of this is organic. This is a highly fabricated and architected coup on our young people. Shiny tent, desperate homeless people, desperate young people looking for money. This guy founded ThoughtWorks, a Chicago-based IT consulting and software firm. So if you ever see ThoughtWorks, boycott it, which grew to 4,500 employees across 15 countries. Singham has been giving, quote, dark money network using U.S. tax-exempt structures. He's channeled at least $278 million in some analyses. So everything that you see on the screen right now, all these ridiculous, awful pro million, Singham boycott it, giving so everything that you funded the communist guys of direct important individuals out there. So President Trump, who just arrived on Air Force One. I want to give a huge shout out to Jim Barron. LT is in the house, Laura Tilford, JB, and Christy. Thank you so much. Consider becoming a member. It only costs you a cup of coffee a month, and you'll be supporting the #1 channel on planet Earth, trying to.
Yeah, we're going to get better coverage of the Trump administration's press conference. We might be going to a different video, ladies and gentlemen. That's State of the Union speech. Okay. Well, for some reason I can't find the video now, y'all. But let's go down here and
How long? We don't know.
We don't know an answer to that question. We also don't know how Congress is going to respond, Lauren Fox, to this 60-day deadline for the War Powers Act. Today marks officially 60 days since the start of the conflict. We did hear Pete Hegseth there speaking for the administration, saying that it is their understanding that the war has been paused since the ceasefire has been in place, and thus the clock has also been paused as it relates to the War Powers Act. How are members of Congress from both sides of the aisle responding to this?
Yeah, I mean, there's such a range of viewpoints, especially in the Republican Party. So let's take a look at that first. You have a lot of Republicans who are echoing the administration's message that essentially because the ceasefire has been extended, there is a pause in this conflict, and therefore it does not trigger Congress needing to take action at that 60-day mark. We should also note that lawmakers are now on recess for a week, so they are not in Washington to even take a potential vote on this issue. Meanwhile, you have other Republicans who are arguing that a ceasefire does not stop Congress's ability to weigh in at this point. And that's coming from senators like Tom Tillis, as well as Senator Susan Collins, a Republican from Maine. Now, they tend to sometimes side with Democrats. It's important to point out that Susan Collins is up for re-election in a very competitive seat up in the state of Maine. Meanwhile, you have Senator Tom Tillis, who's retiring, so he's not running for re-election. But you also have some Democrats who are arguing that this was already illegal from the beginning, because in their view, there was no imminent threat from Iran that really triggered this conflict to begin with. Therefore, they say that the president should have come to Congress before this.
now Democrats keep saying that, like, they keep trying to trick them to make them state that they attacked them for no reason. First of all, Trump said that Iran was building weapons to try to reach Europe and the United States, which it was. They was. Trump said that they was bombing on the 12-day war to obliterate the nuclear facilities. Now, now we also have I apologize, I'll read something, y'all. We also have Trump saying that they was not going to give up their nuclear ambitions, is what he said. That they was proceeding to go forth in trying to uncover the nuclear material that was buried under Fordo, or Fordo, whatever it is called. So with them saying that that's the reason why we went to war, is because Iran was an imminent threat and that they was building nuclear weapons. He didn't say that. He said that they was proceeding to go forth with the nuclear material and nuclear their nuclear fortification and long-range missiles despite military action.
Conflict even began. So there's really a range of views, but lawmakers in the Senate have repeatedly been forcing these war powers votes. So you can expect that when they get back from recess, this issue is going to hit ahead once again in Washington.
Right, Lauren Fox, live for us there. Thank you so much. Right, gas prices are soaring across the United States, with a gallon of gas jumping another 9 cents to $4.39 a gallon. That's the biggest one-day gain in about 6 weeks.
Now, prices at the pump are up 47% since the start of this war, as the crucial Strait of Hormuz remains effectively shut, severely restricting the world's oil supplies. Right now, if you take a look at where prices are, WTI down today, down nearly 3%, still hovering around $102 a barrel.
And CNN's Vanessa Yakovich joins us live now from New York. I mean, obviously, if you are in New York, you are certainly feeling the pain at the pump. But I think one of the more sort of pricier places is California. Important to note that gas prices really differ across the continental United States because of various factors, like what it takes to transport the fuel, what it takes to refine, I mean, taxes as well. There are so many different factors that go into what makes up the price of gas. And also worth noting that if the Iran war was to end today, that doesn't necessarily mean that gas prices would fall immediately. That in and of itself would take time. Vanessa.
Yeah, exactly. And California, here in New York, also the Midwest, seeing some of the highest gas prices right now. As you mentioned, oil prices falling a bit today. You have WTI, that's U.S. crude, coming back closer to $100 a barrel right there on your screen. Brent crude, the international benchmark, trading closer to $110 a barrel, coming off of that dramatic high that we saw a couple days ago when it was trading at $126 a barrel. But ultimately, when you have oil prices at these levels, above $100 a barrel, gas prices are going to continue to rise. If you look at the year-to-date numbers for Brent crude and for U.S. crude, you're talking about a 77% jump nearly in U.S. crude prices. You can see it right there on your line graph on the right-hand side. And then you're reaching upwards of close to 90% for Brent crude. And what that means for gas prices here in the United States is that we've seen a 9-cent jump in just the last day. So today, the national average is $4.39, $4.30 yesterday, and then a week ago, it was $4.06, closer to $4, which is where prices started to fall after President Trump announced that 2-week ceasefire and then extended it, of course. But when oil prices, as I mentioned, are trading above $100 a barrel, gas prices are going to continue to start to rise. So this is what we call a perfect storm of a scenario here in the United States. You're dealing with these high prices because of where global oil is trading. You're also dealing with regional refinery disruptions. I mentioned the Midwest. They are seeing some really dramatic elevated prices and prices that are rising very quickly because of refinery disruptions there. Also, seasonal demand. So many Americans here in the United States hitting the road for the starts of summer vacations, summer travel, Memorial Day is coming up, and the summer fuel blend here in the United States is always more expensive than the winter blend. So you add that on top of what you're seeing on your screen, that is going to be more dramatic for consumers. Also, I will say it is planting season for farmers here in the United States. Farmers using a lot of their equipment using diesel, which is also up more than 50% since the beginning of the war. So yes, encouraging news that Iran has sent a proposal to try to make some movement on this war. But at the end of the day, you still have oil prices hovering above $100 a barrel. And you can tell that ripple effect down to the consumer is just still really biting.
Deal and whether President Trump will accept it.
Yeah, it's not clear the answer to that, what is in the peace proposal. We do know that an earlier version this week that Trump signaled that he would not accept a proposal that wanted to settle Iran's nuclear issue at a later stage. Let's discuss all of this with Kevin Liptak, joining us live now from the White House. So just in terms of the two questions that...
Now, like I said, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and the gas prices, yeah, they're gonna be crazy because of the Hormuz Strait and the Oman Strait situation. Iran's blocking the Hormuz Strait, and we're blocking. The United States is blocking the Oman Strait. They've already stopped 40-some vessels from entering in or exiting the Oman Strait, and they've already seized several. And boarded. But yeah, this is the news for today. We have a pretty long session for tonight, so I hope y'all tune in and get up to date. Excuse me. Get up to date about what's going on. Right now my dog is telling me that she needs to go outside. So, but anyways, I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Make sure y'all drop a follow or subscribe. Oh, speaking of that, I have to change everything on Twitch. I know that I got shout outs to do over there on Twitch, and I apologize, but I cannot get into my system until later on. Well, into my account until later on, um, for other reasons I don't want to say on live stream. But anyways, yeah, that is the news for today. Make sure y'all drop a like and subscribe, and make sure y'all hit that bell button so y'all get notified when we come on. We're gonna be coming on every evening between, well, we're gonna try to do every evening and every night. If we don't do every evening, we're gonna definitely do every night. Try to at least. Like I said, you know, life, things in life happen. So but anyways, I'm going to try to do this and get up to date news, facts, no BS, straight facts, no BS is going to be coming out of here. I'm just going to let y'all know right now. I do a lot of research on all this stuff, so I try to stay precise and to the facts. If something comes up that it was bullhickey, I will be the first to come on air and admit that I was wrong, or admit that the people that I got the news or the information from is BS. So, like I said, drop a like, drop a subscription. It helps the channels out a lot. And we have goals on the channels, and we have drawings on the channels. So if y'all are new, that is um, something that we are going to be starting. This weekend is going to be hot. Tomorrow we are starting with the first day of live call-ins. I'm not for sure how many times a week we're going to be doing this. See how things go for the first 2 days, and then we're going to go from there. But we do not miss it. I'm telling you, we're going to have some fun doing it. We love being on live stream. We love doing this for y'all. We love all our members, even though if we only have one member on that channel or on that platform, we love all y'all the same. So that's why we do drawings here, to try to give back to our community. And I don't ask none of y'all to subscribe or put money into the channel, but if y'all want to, go right ahead. I really appreciate all of it. And if y'all do, it's going right back into the channel so we can actually start doing subscriptions, so we ain't got to sit here and watch ads and stuff like that. But I am trying to build the channel without promoting it. I'm promoting the channel myself, so it just helps out a lot if y'all just share it and just tell y'all friends and everybody else about the channels. We will be having a new platform on our display. As you can see, the green and everything that's coming up. We will be having a scroll as well. We're working on it. We're getting everything in the works. So it's actually going to be really cool once we get done with it. It's a lot better than the last one. Let me just say that. But anyways, I'm sitting here rambling and my dog's over here wanting to go out. So, but anyway.